All right, attention ladies and gentlemen. I'll make this quick because I'm terrified of public speaking. But now that you guys are all family, it'll make it a little easier. First off, I wanted to thank everyone for attending this celebration. Some of you have come a long way to support these two, and I'm truly grateful. When Ashley and I moved away from our apartment in California, Ethan was 2 and Dylan, Ethan's brother, was still in the womb. We moved in hopes of giving them a life away from the city, somewhere that was safe and away from the hustle of California. With help from the family, we made it to Veneta. After a few years in Veneta, we settled in Dallas, and shortly after that is where Ethan and Ellie's story would begin. You know, Ashley and I would love to take credit for what a smart, caring gentleman Ethan has become. But to be honest, Ethan chose that path on his own. I don't think Ashley would agree with that statement. I think she would take credit for all of it. I'm sorry. You guys threw me off by laughing. Ellie, I'm sorry. Ellie, you are quite the lucky young lady. But you know who's even luckier is Ethan. For that, you make him so happy, and I can see the love in his eyes for you. For that, Ashley and I love you for it. I honestly can't see Ethan with anyone else but you. Michael said to me, I couldn't... Sorry. They complement each other well. And I agree, they do. They complement each other well. They're going to make a great team together. Michelle, I'm sorry. Thank you for being so friendly to me and Ashley. We wouldn't have picked a better father-in-law and mother-in-law for my son. I told you I was going to do this quick, so I wish both Ethan and Ellie lifelong happiness and joy. Thank you. One more thing. I can't wait for the honeymoon to be over for a few games of Catan. Ellie, you have to let somebody else win.
You want to hold it for me? Okay. Just kidding. Keep it down more. Keep it down more. Oh. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to even read that. Is this on? How do I turn it on? Okay, yeah, that works. Okay. Still not on. Good? Okay. Hi, I'm Dylan. I'm Ethan's little but big brother. I've obviously am grateful enough to grow up with Ethan and try not to cry. I've got to see Ethan throughout like all the hard stuff, the good stuff, and he doesn't know it, but I've always been able to tell when he's like down and when he's doing good in life, and I never like tell him enough that, or help him out when I might be the opposite of helping him out when he's down. But always love you, and speaking of seeing when he's down and high, ever since Ellie came in to Ethan's life, it's been like super high life. Like, I mean, Ethan's like never down, and Ellie's so amazing for Ethan, and everyone can see it. Sorry. I just want to thank the Lord for bringing Ethan, and not just Ethan and Ellie together, but bringing everyone together, and through his name and through his love. And it's just super amazing to feel this blessed with everyone. And I'm not even reading this. I don't know why I'm scrolling. Yeah, I just want to thank everyone for coming and celebrating my big brother's awesome day. It's super amazing. I'm super excited to be here, and I just want to let you guys know how excited I am for you guys. And I know it's going to be amazing, and I hate to say it, but I'm going to miss you around a lot. I hope you guys come back for a few games of Catan. Even though it seems like I don't like playing it, I really do like playing with you guys. Even though I suck. You guys are awesome, and I love you so much. I'm super proud of you guys.
I'm gonna set these down really quick. Oh my goodness, no! All right. Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are having a great night. My name is Natty, and I'm Ellie's older sister and built-in best friend. The whole best friend thing started off a little rocky. Before Ellie was even born, I decided that Mom's pregnant tummy looked like the best trampoline. Don't worry, she survived. Fast forward a couple years, my brother showed me that salt would kill snails, specifically the snails we had collected to be our pets. I thought this was very fascinating, so what did I do? I made a glass of nice, tasty salt water and made my unknowing younger sister drink it to see if we could try to rid the world of Ellie. Unfortunately, it did not work. So yeah, the blame's on me for a rough relationship growing up. If anyone knows Ellie, though, they know she is apologetically the most apologetic person you will ever meet, so she never held any of this against me. Many of us know that marriage was not something Ellie had wanted on her bingo card. Maybe partly because she had already done the whole wedding thing. When Ellie was just 4 years old, I remember standing next to her, clothed in a wedding dress made of bed sheets, as she walked towards the makeshift altar in a Sun River house to marry a childhood friend. Ellie, I really wasn't sure how you would top that beautiful wedding, but somehow this one's really blown that out of the water. So speaking of your new husband, one of the very first times I recall meeting Ethan was at my own wedding. Cupid saw Ellie and Ethan's flirtationship getting started, even if neither of them wanted to admit it to each other. So I saw it as a perfect opportunity to intervene and push things along with a wedding invite. Shortly after my own honeymoon, we were greeted with the news that Ethan and Ellie had officially begun dating. After that, my husband and I spent nearly every weekend for many, many months joining in on double date game nights consisting of a mix of Mario Party, Everdell, Pinochle, and Canasta. Through these game nights, I got to know my now bonus brother very well. For example, I learned that you will take a hand in Pinochle way too high. Just to dump it on the other team, too. Thanks, Ethan. Beyond just the silly things, though, I got to directly witness the character of Ethan. Ethan is sensitive to the needs of others. He is always willing to step up where there is a need and serve those around him, especially when that need is for another cup of Russian tea. He is very insightful and deeply considers the way his actions will be perceived and the message he wants to send through them. He's a man dedicated to his faith and dedicated to his now wife. Ethan, as hard as it was for me to adjust to not being the person Ellie would always jump to answer the phone to, I could not have chosen a better person to be her person than you. Thank you for loving my Ellie so endlessly and pointing your guys' life together towards Christ. You get to be the Romeo in Ellie's love story, and I don't think I could pick a more perfect person to fill that role for Ellie. So now Ellie, let's keep this together. Growing up your sister meant I quickly got to learn how to share everything. We shared a room, we shared a bunk bed, we shared a closet, and we even shared headlights a time or two. Thanks, Mom. Sorry, I did not finish that sentence. Thanks, Mom, for carrying us through that and combing through our hair. But beyond just the physical things, Ellie and I shared our lives. We got to be there for the joys, but also comfort each other through the struggles. The whole COVID shutdown thing was one of the greatest blessings, as it gave me the excuse to move back home and spend more time with my best friend. Sorry guys, about halfway done, maybe. I think I ended up spending more time in Ellie's room than my own. Sometimes this entailed hopping in her bed and singing along to Barbie's Princess and the Pauper. Sometimes it was to have deep theological discussions, and sometimes it was just because Ellie was the best person I know and I wanted to spend just a little bit more time with her. Ellie, you've got a joy and light about you that's so contagious, and if you don't know this already, I look up to you more than you could possibly know. You have a heart overflowing with kindness, and your compassion knows no bounds. You approach the world with an empathy where you can share in the joys and comforts and comfort through the sorrows of all those around you. Thank you for being that companion for me growing up and going along with every crazy adventure I had in mind. The memories I share with you are uncountable, from backyard obstacle courses to Mr. Dallas competition to photo shoots finished with Lunchable ratings. It's been the biggest privilege getting to grow alongside you and watch you become the woman God designed you to be. I'm so beyond proud of you and all you've accomplished and all you've become. I truly could not have dreamed of a better sister than one God blessed me with. I love you more than you could ever know. Now to the both of you. I want to share a commitment, or address a commitment Ellie made to me at the ripe old age of 10. Back then, Ellie had no intention of ever having children, let alone even getting married. As a mischievous older sister that I am, I took advantage of my young and naive sister, and I couldn't find the contract, but I made her sign a legally binding contract on a good old Smokey the Bear postcard, stating that she would name her firstborn child Leviticus. So Ethan, for your sake, consider this contract void. You guys are free to name your firstborn child whatever you would like. So everyone, raise your glasses with me. Oh, sorry. I skipped a line. Ellie, thank you for giving this love thing a chance and giving me such an incredible new brother. You two are a wonderful pair and can complement each other so very well. The joy you both have when you are together is so contagious, and your kindness extends to everyone around you. You inspire each other to grow closer to the Lord, and your love story is just the beginning. So everyone, raise your glasses with me to Ellie and Ethan. May your journey together be filled with laughter, joy, and a love that grows stronger with each passing year. Cheers to the happy couple, and congratulations to the newest Mr. and Mrs. Largent. And we're going to wait a minute. I prepared an extra special something too for you.
Oh no. Oh no.
So, Trey, where are you at? You want to cue it up? You guys ready? Just got married, Ellie, Ethan. I got married. I just can't believe. Ethan came along, the match, you see. Kindness overflows. It's a love meant to be. Revelation. The third step. Go out to cliff jump. I say to bring to show off. Give everyone a wedding invite. They're both walk down the aisle. The second step, share your sweet vows. The third step, meet your new Largents. That's why I'm From no marriage to walking the aisle. And starting forever, a big old smile. Ellie Ethan just got married. Ellie Ethan just got married. Ellie Ethan just got married. Just got married. Just got married. Ellie Ethan. Ellie Ethan just got married. Ellie Ethan just got married. Ellie Ethan just got married. Just got married. Just got married. Ellie Ethan. Did I embarrass you?
Yeah.
I had to one up what I did for Michaela's.
No, pass it on to him.
All right, a word of warning in advance. I did not prepare a song and dance number. So, these two, right? They have a combined height of 2 average people, which is somehow a huge accomplishment. So, hello everybody, my name is Ben. You may know me from places like the ceremony or that table over there. And I have the pleasure of giving a speech on the behalf of a very large group of friends that all want to wish the bride and groom the very best. We all love you very much, and we've been together through a lot and grown really close. This is a very special event about the blending of 2 families and the creation of a brand new family in the 2 of you. But we all want you to know that you will always have a place in the family that we've made together. So, with sappy stuff out of the way, I'm going to turn the attention back to myself. I have been told that I'm a very clueless person. I'm not the most socially aware. So whenever Ellie and Ethan needed a third wheel to tag along with them so that their meetups were not technically dates, because they weren't technically dating or whatever, I was the person they would call. They would call me in the middle of the night and they'd say, Ben, do you want to go hang out in Ethan's bedroom until 3 a.m. and talk about our feelings? And then go look at the stars together, do a little night walk. And I would say, of course, the perfect evening for 3 great friends to do together. That sounds awesome. All that to say, I had the huge blessing of watching from very up close as these 2 amazing people began their relationship. From the very beginning to what it is now, I got to watch them grow and blossom together into this very beautiful couple. I remember I was sitting on Ethan's couch when I first got to see him give his little subtle smile when he got a call from Ellie. I was playing a card game with Ellie when I got to see her eyes light up as he walked into a room for the first time. I got to witness their quick glances between each other at parties. And then they started dating after that. Okay, so they say that the foundation to a lasting relationship is a strong relationship with God. And I wholeheartedly agree. The most important thing for a marriage, above everything else, are shared values in a relationship with Christ. Not only do Ellie and Ethan share those core values, they built the foundation of their dating relationship in a church, exploring God's Word together. I can remember sitting across from Ellie during our very first Twilight Imperium game and watching her eyes spark when Ethan started asking questions about God. They started attending church and youth group together, again, with yours truly. Ethan was very curious, and he was very receptive, and he immersed himself in Christianity with a bravery that I honestly could not hope to match. His journey has been nothing short of incredible, and I'm so privileged to have been able to watch it as he went from this very curious, very interested man into a baptized member of the church. Ellie was very patient and willing to explore any area of faith that Ethan was interested in, and I aspire to her evangelical spirit. I am so proud of the both of these 2 wonderful people and the faith journey that they will continue to walk together. Just please do not ask me to third wheel that too, because I will not be able to say no. I love you guys.
Okay, so I'm the crier of the group, so I'm very sorry in advance. Also, a couple things. What a set of speeches to follow. Hello. Secondly, For a while, when Ben was the one doing everything with Ethan and Ellie, you know the saying, leave space for Jesus? Ellie would often be like, we have to leave space for Ben all the time, all the time. Okay, also I'm gonna make a little pitch. I made a ridiculous amount of ice cream. Please take some home. Eat it, give it to your friends, I don't care. Okay, anyways, good evening. Everybody feeling good? Yeah, okay. My name is Katie, and Ellie has been my best friend since 2015. Already? Wow, okay. Okay.
I love you too.
I love you so much. Okay. We have been through a ridiculous amount of phases of life together, and I am so honored to get to be with her today. Ellie and I, often being very bored high schoolers, would very often envision what our futures would hold. Once we had exhausted all the subjects of how we would live, how many places we would travel to, all of the weird inventions we dreamt up, and how many ridiculously niche cafes and libraries we would open, we would come upon the question of who we would do things with. Ellison and I once created her dream man. Ethan, you are not that guy. That guy's name was Vincent Door Window Handle. Sir Vincent was precisely 2 inches taller than Ellie, had black hair, was very German, and was very conveniently royalty. He owned thousands of lush acreage with beautiful gardens and a quaint little castle where Ellie and I would eventually live because Vincent's fraternal brother, Victor, was just as handsome and interested in me, and we would all live happily ever after. Now our projection was a little off. Ellie is taller than Ethan. But I can say, without a shadow of a doubt, that Ethan is the perfect match for her. I truly believe Ethan is who God intended for her. Anyone who has ever met Ellie for more than 5 seconds knows of her love of red, her love of roses, and her love of Christ. The color red. Can we all keep a secret, okay? This is top secret information I'm about to tell you. Ethan says his favorite color is orange. But that's not true. He's a liar. Ethan's favorite color is red. But when Ethan began to fall in love with Ellie, he decided that red was hers. And now, when you ask him what his favorite color is, he will look at Ellie and say orange. Okay. I lost my place, you guys. Okay. When figuring out how to propose to Ellie, Ethan was very stressed. But eventually he decided that what was needed for the proposal to go smoothly was me, and 111 roses, 108 of which were red, and the remainder were white. 111 is the number in florology, or whatever, is the number that represents eternal love. 108 represents I love you forever. And I think 5, or however many the other was I want to marry you. I don't know how to count, don't. He decided that the waterfall where he and Ellie made their literal leap into their relationship was the place to do it. And the proposal was beautiful and romantic and perfect, and the roses used in the proposal have been dried, and they are in that cabinet over there. They also, before they ever even started dating, when I was very sick and going through a tough time, they made me a bouquet together before they had ever realized their love for one another, and I have that bouquet in my room. Throughout the entirety of their relationship, Ellison and Ethan have kept Christ as the heart of their relationship. They study the scriptures together, they pray together, they were there for each other's baptisms, and they worship together. They are together in Christ, and I know for certain that they have fortified one another's testimonies and hearts. They do their best to see and love each other as God sees and loves them. Truly, the way that Christ is so integrated into their relationship has been such an inspiration to me, and I can't imagine either of them with anyone else in the world. So I would like to propose a toast. Ellie, Ethan, may you be poor in misfortune. May you be rich in blessings. May God hold you in the palm of his hand forever. May green be the grass you walk on. May blue be the skies above you. May pure be the joys that surround you. May true be the hearts that love you. May you cherish every moment, large or small, with the amount of love, peace, and God-infused joy that you have shared today. I love you both very much. You guys are the best. Went the wrong way.
I don't even know what to do with this.
I don't know either. I just put the wrong way.
Okay. That was amazing. Thanks a lot. Love you too.
A little early.
You told me.
I know.
Oh, good. Okay, well, right now everybody must be thinking, good, Michelle always keeps things short. So this is good. Keeps things short, just like I love you too. When our little girl was 3 years old, she met Cinderella. There we go. It's a grainy picture. It was 20-some years ago. Actually, 19, I suppose. 16, whatever. While the big kids were visiting the Tower of Terror at Disneyland, I stayed behind with our Ellie, who wasn't tall enough to ride that attraction. She might still not be. I just threw that in. All right. Take the girl out of middle school, you can't, you know. Sorry. As if a fairy godmother wished her into existence, Cinderella showed up where we were resting, and a magical moment ensued. My mommy heart overflowed as my own little princess hugged and embraced her favorite member of the royal Disney family. All right, you can put it down. My little princess has since grown up, but I've reflected on that experience many times over the years. Our Cinder Ellie has much in common with the beloved storybook character. And a little quick side note, when we were together last night as bridesmaids and Mom and
Dad.
And the girls wanted to watch a movie, and guess what movie Ellie picked? Cinderella. It was lovely. Our Cinderella has much in common with the beloved storybook character. To be clear, Ellison was never an orphan. In truth, she was very much wanted and made our tribe complete. Of course, based on the story shared by Natty, maybe it wasn't, maybe not everyone. I don't know. Snail treatment. Yet, there are similarities. Cinderella loved animals, sewing, gardening, singing, dancing, and dreaming in her own little corner of her world. Despite her challenging circumstances, she remained humble, worked hard, and generously extended kindness to all around her. Our Ellison loves most animals, except butterflies, working with fabric and vegetables, and privately sings and dances, even so far as dedicating a Taylor Swift song to her future husband at a very young age. She does work hard and is exceedingly generous in grace and kindness, unless asked to hike to a waterfall with the family, where you likely hear her grumble incessantly. Additionally, both heroines enjoy being out past midnight and have been known to misplace their shoes, many times over, perhaps. And both, unfortunately, spent chapters of their lives underestimating their beauty, their value, and their future. Ellie's version of a lifetime of romantic companionship, reported to us just weeks prior to seeing Ethan in a new light, was living out her days as a single dog mom. But from one day to the next, a page was turned. And the handsome, gentle, giant friend started looking more like Prince Charming. To quote another Disney movie, my daughter was Twitter-pated, and at this very barn, at her sister's wedding a year and a half ago, Ellie was no longer dancing alone. I remember when I knew it was serious. As we ran errands together not long after, Ellie began sharing about late summer outings with this boy she was now crushing on. I listened and smiled until my daughter spoke of checking off a bucket list activity in Ethan's company. We cliff jumped, she said. Ethan helped me hike up to the top, making sure I wouldn't fall, and then jumped first so he'd be there for me when I landed. I might have responded, so Ellie, the girl who hates hiking waterfalls will scale and step off of one with Ethan. Oh, honey, he's a keeper. What was left unsaid was the obvious truth. Be it a royal ball or an extreme adventure, a daring leap of faith becomes a gleeful jump of joy when the destination is the arms of her champion. Only a few months ago, Ellie shared with me what will be their first dance song. She told me that Ethan played it on the piano for her when they were first dating, dropping hints in his sly but subtle way that he wanted to be more than friends. The last verse of Can't Help Falling in Love includes these lyrics. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Clearly it wasn't just my princess ready to take that leap. And in full disclosure, I was crying too as I listened to the song with this new perspective. If I didn't already love Ethan like a son before, I fell in love with him all over again at that moment. Ethan is a treasure. He is my daughter's hero and is such an answer to 20 years of prayer. He is the perfect complement to our Ellie, patient, sensitive, witty, kind. But most importantly, I know in his eyes, our Ellison will always be royalty and a gift to be cherished, just as she cherishes and adores him. I know God's hand was at work in this holy union, just as their hands will cling to him as they seek his path together. We could not be more proud, more delighted, more thankful or grateful for the blessing of both Ethan and Ellison and the opportunity to celebrate this first day of the best chapters to come. Spoiler alert, my princess is now wearing a Cinderella bridal gown, and I can assure you that the figurative glass slipper does indeed fit. Happily ever after awaits. We love you.